Bruce at www.fighterkitecentral.com, and today I'm going to make a buka from a skin that was given to me as a prize for winning the buka challenge at the 2008 Whiskiff Kite Festival. The kite skin, the first prize, was made by Ralph Resnick, and Ralph gave me this skin, and one that he made and one that he artistically created for the winner of the competition. I was just very lucky to win it. So I'm going to make a kite from it, and I'm going to do it a little differently than I've made other bukas. Not a lot different, but a little bit. I'm going to use photo corners, which are these things, which I use for a lot of kites. They're this one's clear, so it's probably hard to actually see it. But you just stick those on the kite skin, and I put them on the bottom corners already of the kite skin here. I'm going to use them in the bottom, but I'm not going to use them at the top, at the leading edge. For the leading edge, I'm going to use a 0.06 inch diameter carbon fiber rod, and for the spine, instead of carbon fiber, I made a bamboo spine. I did it because I wanted to experiment with weight distribution, and I made the spine so that its balance point is towards the tail from the center line of the spine, adding a little bit of extra weight to the tail, and I'm curious to see what effect that'll have on the way the buka flies. In order to connect the buka cross spars to the leading edge spar here, I'm going to use a technique that I've used in the past, and I really like it. It's a piece of tubing. This is plastic tubing, just a short piece, maybe an inch long or thereabouts. This is sort of clear, so it's probably hard to see it. And then I slip it over the end of the crossbar about halfway and bend it. Just bend it like that. And insert in the other end the end of the crossbar. So I end up with something that looks sort of like this, that I can install in the kite, and in the middle of the leading edge spar, I've got another piece of tubing that I simply used a needle, put the needle in one end, bent it, and then punctured that outer edge with the needle. So, and then I slide the leading edge spar, the end of it, directly in one end and out that hole that I made with the needle, and then on the other end I insert the leading edge end of the spine, so that once I position this, it will be about like this and held in place, so that it will help me to bond all the spars to the skin. Another thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pre-measure where I want my bridle locations to be, and I'm going to mark them on the leading edge spar, and I'm going to glue a piece of heat shrink tubing at the locations to identify them. And I'm going to do the same at each end of the leading edge spar to identify where I want to connect my tension line to bend this spar. So those are the things I'm going to prepare ahead of time, and then install all the spars pretty much at one time. I've created a hem here, which is about a little more than 1/4 of an inch, but not much more. And I'm going to fold that over the leading edge once I insert it here and glue it down. And using the photo corners on the trailing edge, I simply insert those. But what I do before I use those, I've noticed that when the photo corners are used, the end of the spar that's in it often will cause them to pucker, and the puckering will be visible on both sides of the kite. In order to minimize or eliminate that, what I've found is that if you can stretch the surface of the photo corner that's on the back of the kite so it kind of wraps around the circumference of the end of the spar there instead of just having a flat surface. So I just press it down with my fingernails on each side of the spar, sort of like this. I don't know if you can actually see that or not. And just kind of work it so it stretches that top part of the plastic photo corner. And then when I insert it and glue it, I don't have that puckering on the front side of the kite, which I prefer. So I'm going to finish the preparation of the leading edge spar and bond the stops that I'm going to use for the bridle and for the tension line, and I'm going to glue on the piece of tubing that will be where the spine attaches, and then we'll assemble the kite when I get that complete.